Yeah! Woo! All right. That was my jazz up, get ready for the video uplifting moment right there. It's a big day. It is a big, exciting day. It's probably gonna be a few days. This is a really, really big project. We are doing some really serious suspension work to the Nightster. It is finally happening. This dude is gonna get the Mach 7 from American Suspension Racing. On the front end, I already did the jump masters on the rear. I didn't feel like you guys needed a whole nother how to install rear shocks on a Nightster video because we've done several of them already. But these are 15-inch jump masters. I gotta dial them in and do the tuning and all that stuff on them because they are just, I'm gonna leave those loose so I remember actually and don't fork myself down the road. But I need to set all these up. We're gonna build a really serious front end. It's gonna be awesome. So let's go for a ride. Look at this. 49 millimeters of full stroking pleasure right there. It has high and low speed compression, high and low speed dampening, high and low speed rebound, all external, all these little knobs. I don't know how to do any of this stuff yet or how to use any of it, but there is a whole guide, there's a whole tuning guide, there's everything on AS Racing, AmericanSuspensionRacing.com to set all this up, and we are going to do that. These are the trees. If you've noticed, this stem is extremely long because it's fully adjustable. So you can take this, you can move the trees forward and backwards to make them forward and backwards. So this is actually moving the trees out. Then we have these pucks that go into the bearing races that changes the rake and trail. So the trees move out and the rake and trail comes back in, so it loads the front tire more. So for like drifter cross, drifting, all the stuff, road racing that we want to do with this bike, it's going to make it a lot more nimble. It's going to handle a lot better. The front grip is going to be a lot more intense. This is serious suspension. We are going to be doing this on my Nightster. We're going to be putting this setup on Trent's Nightster. And we have another Nightster coming in here that we are going to be building into a supermoto for a customer that is going to be really nasty. I'm really excited about that build. We're just waiting on the wheels. They're being machined. He's going 17s front and rear. It's going to be like a 180 in the rear, 130 up front, straight road race tires, big brakes, big nasty bike. It's going to be sick. I also don't know what I'm doing because I've never put one of these together. So we're going to just start tearing this thing apart. I'm probably going to need a brake line looking at that. I'm probably going to need a whole bunch of things. So this project might be over a few days. This might be over a few weeks. Who knows? It just kind of depends on how things move. For all the little external parts that we'll need to make this kit work with the accessories and different things. Let's get started. Let's go for a ride. We got new crew necks. Is that what these are called? Sweatshirts? Sweaters? Would you say I have a sweater? A plethora. New sweaters in stock, KruesiOriginals.com. I'm just gonna start tearing this thing apart. I've only worked on these bikes at, one time handlebar job, 2 times. No, that's stock handlebars. 1 time, so it's a learning process all the way. This guy right here is a phone charger. Imagine that. I didn't even know that was there. Tickle me Elmo. God, I wish I had my knife on me. Been 10 times I could have used it already. Yeah, I think the thread's pulled out of that thing when I unscrewed it, so we'll call that a good time to change them. I lose the sweatshirt, it's getting toasty. I lost the spacer that goes in between these. Broke. It really sucks not having it. Come on, find the hole, bud. Bigger hammer is really where it's at. The bearing races go into these dudes, and then these dudes press into the neck. So I'm gonna press the bearing race into this first, which by press, I mean I'm just gonna smack it in there with a hammer and my little tool. Into the rake cups, I believe they're called. Look at this. Oh, here's a side note. I got a present today from Battleborn Harley-Davidson up in Carson City, I think is where they're at. I now own a shirt that's not black. Battleborn. It is Carson City. Never been to Carson City. It's a pretty dope spot. It's pretty sick. And they got the right size. Extra large. I don't wear a 3X. And I got a shot glass. And there is a poker chip. And I think this is a sticker. And they gave me a card. Always Forever Harley-Davidson. Signed by everybody up there. That's pretty sick. Thank you guys. Thank you Battleborn Harley-Davidson for the nice gifts. They watch the YouTube, which still blows my mind that people watch our YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Back to smacking. I'm gonna smack this thing in here on my anvil of steel. Does anyone know the riddle of steel? But what is steel without flesh to wield it? Oh yes. The riddle of steel. I'm gonna put the driver in there. Hold the phone. Man, a big hammer is really nice. Driven home. This dude goes in the top, right to there. Oh, she's a nice fit too. This line, I have to run an edge down the center and line those two dudes up, and I'm gonna use this guy as my center point. Back to the squisher. Went and got my eyes checked a couple weeks ago because I can't see at all. It's like my vision's just deteriorating since I turned like 45. And I've always had good vision, and now it's bad. I have to wear readers to see anything. So I went and got my eyes checked, and I'm getting glasses all the way around. I'm gonna be permanent glasses guy. I did get Gucci glasses, because why not? I'm waiting for him to get here though. I'm excited to not have to search around the shop for my $2 readers all the time. I buy these in bulk from Amazon. All right, I'm set. Now that these dudes are in there, I can use the same tool to drive these into the neck, which is nice. And then you see this line, that guy, and there's one right here. Nope, I had that shit wrong. God, am I doing it the right way? Because there's lines on both sides. It's nice, look, they have like a tiny step right here before this. It's just a little bit smaller diameter, so you can push it in there and set it in place and get it lined up before you do the press fit. All right, I'm gonna leave those there, do some measurements. Double check with Russ that I'm putting these in the right way. I'm gonna wait to hear back from Russ. I just text him to make sure, I just want him to double check my work and make sure I got these the right direction, because you can de-rake this way and you can add rake the other direction. So you can either rake this thing out or de-rake it. I wanna make sure that I'm going the right direction before I press these in there, because once I press them in there, they're in there. Yerd. I got confirmation back from Russell at AS Racing. I have it right, I am correct. I'm glad I double checked just to make sure. So I'm going to just assume that this is the center point on this front of this frame. I did put a level on it, and I was just gonna go off a level and do it that way, but this bike is sitting about this much unlevel right now, so that's not gonna cut it. So I can't do it that way. Oh man, there's no way I got that dialed right off the jump. God, am I that good? Whew. Well, they're spot on. Ain't that some shit? I just threw them up in there. Man, things just work out weird like that for me sometimes, or all the time. So I'm centering this hole as my reference point. This is front of the neck, this is your steering stop. So it should be centered. The manufacturer, that should be centered. And if your lines on the guy aren't like this compared to your ruler, see how they line right up? Let's go real deal here. That dude's an eighth. I'm gonna measure on center of hole, just so I know I'm hitting it. Okay, so everything I said before might have been bullshit. I need to rotate it just a hair on the bottom. Oh, too much, too much. Come on, baby. And I am the kind of guy that I could sit here and do this for a long time and just really eat me up until I get it beyond perfect. And then I never think it's perfect. If any of that makes sense to anybody. All right, I'm gonna run that. Let's check one more time. Okay, I'm gonna smack those down in there. And hopefully I don't rotate them at all when I do that, because if I do, I'm really screwed. They gotta be dead on. Dead on, dead on, dead on. And on a side note, this fresh new shirt. It's the Rev Max Mafia. We got a whole line of these coming out. This is the first one that just dropped. It's available at KruesiOriginals.com. Right now, limited drop, only while we got them, then they're gone forever. Just like just about everything that we do. Man, you know what would be ideal is if I had the old bolt it together and you draw them in type thing, but I don't have that thing, so I'm gonna have to pick one of these to pound in here and then probably have to realign the whole son of a bitch again. And man, that don't look straight to me. I think I'm gonna get the bottom one hammered in on center, and then I'll readjust top and then press it in. In theory, that's all gonna work out fine. This is nerve-wracking. It's probably really not that extreme. Like I could probably just hammer these up in there and be somewhat close and it'd be perfectly fine, but eyeballed it. I got the laser eyes. It's pretty dead on. Got off a boot there. Lots of different points of perception are always nice. That's it. That's a motherfucker, it looks like.
Looks like the top's way off to the right.
Yeah, it needs to go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she moved a load when I passed it in there, and I'm beating the shit out of the sides of it right now, which is nice, but yep, there those go. Gonna try, looks pretty good. Really wish I had my laser. I should have threaded a bolt into these tabs and beat on that instead of knocking it around by those because it snapped off on this side. It's literally just an alignment tab for this scenario, but I also didn't think it was gonna break that easily. But moving forward, if you've got to align this, screw a quarter 20 bolt in there and work a lot better. What do you think, Tom? It's hard to tell because the bike's not level.
Yeah, this should be dead centered.
We're calling the winner of the Nightster, as long as he passes all the vetting information and all that good stuff.
Hello?
Hello, is this Ryan?
This is him.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Ryan at Kruesi Originals. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good. I need to send you a packet of paperwork and stuff for you to fill out and make sure everything's dialed so you can come pick up the Nightster that you won.
What?
Yeah! Yeah, dog.
Shit.
You're the winner. As long the sweepstakes company will reach out to you, and you gotta, make sure you're legal and all that stuff, and you're a citizen and you're 18 and legal to play these kind of games. You're a winner.
Oh shit, this is the first.
Yeah, hell yeah. Did you know you entered to win?
I did, but I didn't. I was just more or less just buying parts for my lowrider ST, and that was about it.
Hell yeah, dude, you got a 120 horsepower Nightster. So, like I said, check your email. You'll be getting an email from the sweepstakes company. They're gonna send you a bunch of stuff to fill out, paperwork, all that good stuff, and then you can come pick up the bike. Or we can get it to you, whatever you need to do.
I'm a single father of 3 kids. So
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, I'm a busy man. And
Sounds
I'm
like it.
military too, so I'm busy.
Thank you for that. Beautiful. Yeah, dude, we'll make it happen. Whatever you need to do, we got you.
Sounds good, sir. I appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it. Well, we just called the winner of the Nightster over there, and that was pretty cool. Single dad, 3 kids. Whew, that guy's got a lot on his plate. I got 3 kids, but I got a wife also, and they're old. It's exhausting. So, bike's going away as soon as he fills out all of his legal documentation and all that jive, and he clears all of that, but he's in the military, so it sounds like he's of legal age, and he's legal and legal and legal, all that he needs to be legal to do it. So he's probably gonna get that Nightster. That thing's it's an animal. It is an animal. But back onto my Nightster. Let's get it back about me again, okay? This guy right here, those things look really nice. Besides the one that I broke off over here, but I'll probably sand that off anyways, which I should probably do that right now so I don't forget about it and be mad at myself later on. That means I gotta take the gas tank off though to get it out of the way, and I don't wanna do that right now, so. Let's mock up some trees and kind of get an idea of how she looks. See if I hit it in the right spot. That triple tree is almost as big as the rest of the bike. Well, I got bearings, but I don't have dust shields, and I want to run some dust shields. Hey, yo, Tommy, we got any dust shields for bearings or any bearing kits up here that I can steal them from? I see one. I see Juan right there. This guy'll do. This guy'll do me. Don't have my knife. God, that sucks. I'm gonna pull these dudes out and torque them. Here's the dust shield. Torque them just to be safe for my own well-being. Oh, sorry. St. Patrick's Day yesterday. We closed the shop, went to a nice Irish festival. It's a pretty good time. The chick singing acoustic country music, though, is a bit of a letdown. Like, I'm here for the Irish music, lady. She was good. But, oh yeah, that thing wasn't even snug. I'm glad I'm checking these. If you guys haven't gotten the HRT1 game yet, do I have some laying around here? Grab me a bottle, Tom. Get you spiced up real nice. So, this is why, even if it comes assembled, anything you buy, you should disassemble, Loctite, and retorque.
You got it if you just want to taste, or if you really want to get on it.
You want to get a big hit. This will do 2 tanks of gas in a motorcycle. Basically what this does is kills all the bullshit that the government puts in your fucking gas to make it run like shit. So it makes it a better combustion. So it basically makes you explode all of your fuel instead of part of your fuel. This made 5 horsepower on the dyno in the Nightster. The Nightster was making 115. We put a bottle of this in, and that's how we pulled 120, to be honest. So we just I've been running this in all my stuff, and it smells like race gas, and it makes your bike smell like race gas a bit. And if you put it in your gas tank, your gas won't go bad either. You can just let that shit sit for a long time for all you guys that live in those horrible states that get really cold and you can't do anything all winter long. Pour some of that in your gas tank. Then you don't gotta drain it. Won't gum up your carburetor. KruesiOriginals.com, it's on there. All right, that guy's torqued. Now, I need to grease up and drive a bearing, which I do not have a bearing installer this long. I'm gonna have to make something. Sure do wish I had my knife. I need some gloves and some grease. Okay, you know what? I need to take the other tree apart and do a little double check on it. Oh, if I had my knife, I could just cut this right off, but I guess it does come off easily. Man, the little shrink wrap on the parts is pretty nice. Might have to adapt that theory to here. These dudes even make their own riser bushings, which I believe these are made out of Delrin. Could be polyurethane, I could be wrong, but they are pretty hard for polyurethane. Probably more of a Delrin setup because it feels really solid. Enough to absorb a little bit of vibration, but not be wiggling around on you. And the Nightster is a balanced motor that doesn't vibrate at all, which is also really nice. All right, it's time. I'm gonna get all greasy. Mr. Greasy. Dust shield. Triple trizzy. Triple tree number 2. That guy's a tight fit. That dude goes there. We'll set the neck bearings with that guy when we get everything together. I did not put the stops on, I guess I should. So this guy sets the neck bearings, and then there's another one that goes on lock nut, and then these are pinches also to lock everything in place. But for right now, we're gonna leave this dude just like this. I'm gonna put some steering stops on so I don't beat the shit out of my gas tank. Those aren't anywhere close to touching the steering stops. So, I'm gonna have to contact them about that. All right, we're just gonna keep moving forward on some other stuff until I figure out the neck bearing situation, or the steering stop situation, I mean. Well, this is gonna be a challenge. I don't know if I got enough hands for this. This is our bracket for our top mount headlight conversion. So these come with a countersink, but the countersink is too short for this run this clamp. So I'm going to just run our hardware in it. It'll be fine. If I can do this again without knocking all the shit on the floor. You grab a hold of that bolt right there, June, make sure she stays. I'm gonna have to undo the brake line to run it through the tree. That sucks. I didn't want to do that. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay, we're making a change. I just gotta flip this dude around. I had these guys in the wrong direction. I assumed, and what does that mean? It means I made an ass of myself. That they went that way, but they don't. They go this way. For this setup, the way things are set up for this design on this bike, I think that one I can just drop right out the bottom, I'm hoping. Maybe we should pull it out and find out. I got this dude all torqued in and stuff, but I gotta flip these right around the other direction because the steering stops weren't touching because I had these in backwards. So, for the way the geometry is set up for this Nightster front end, I had it wrong. I would assume there's different stops because those ones don't work at all if we were going the other directions, but they sent me the ones for this way because this is the way I'm supposed to do it. Everything at American Suspension Racing is built to spec. Like you order a pair of rear shocks, you got to give them height, weight, the bike, everything, and then they build that set of shocks to you, your riding style, your everything. None of it is just one size fits all at all. At all. Nothing at all. I'm gonna torque them dudes to 22 foot-pounds. Anytime you're torquing any kind of pinching surface like this, you kind of want to go back and forth, because once you torque one and you go torque the other one, that second one is going to loosen the first one. So you want to go back and forth until they're both locked in tight. And then you got true torque that way. I'm really happy I had these the wrong way, because I'm going to like them a lot better being set back farther and closer to me. I like the bars as close to me as I can get. Watch thou face. This is going to bring everything back in real tight. Got to give me a little wiggle there. That guy's tight like a tiger. Yeah, the way I had the steering stops out way too far. Man, this got things way tighter. That's nice. Okie dokie. Thank you very much. Those are meters of Senta right there. I'm also going to snug that down, and once I suck that bearing in, that's probably going to pull away a little bit farther. As it goes down, it will go away. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? All right, I just set those up real tight just to kind of hold her steady for me. Now we can play with some steering stops. I think I'm going to space these steering stops up a little bit with some washers maybe. Also, the bolts are a little too long for the thread engagement, which, oh man, I need to put a guy in there. That isn't shit for steering angle. It's terrible. That is not a very good amount of steering angle. Like best case scenario, I could get right there. I guess I got a stock one right there. Let's get a feel. Feels pretty much like stock. I think stock has more angle. The stock steering angle was awful. You know, when you're making new stuff, it gets a little frustrating from time to time, figuring out things. Should have the pinch bolts in the front. That would give a lot more clearance. And I think I might move them back out to the front side and just make my own steering stop so I can get more angle, because as it sits right now, this is like stock steering angle, which they probably just built it to be like the stock setup, which, you know, would be, I guess, the right thing to do if you're doing normal factory setup, but I need as much angle as I can get. Steering angle is a big deal in the old drifting world. I'm gonna find something to space this with. That's maximum, and that is not gonna cut it. They definitely need to be out. Man, it feels, having this back though, like the bars closer to me, feels a lot better. Riding position, this feels a lot better, but like that. But prototype life. Well, he's exactly right. That's kind of what I figured. Like, if the pinch bolts were on the front, we'd have all the clearance in the room, but to get these to us in the amount of time that we needed them at, these are for the Dynas. These are their mid-glide, like late model Dyna trees, which they're the same. It's the same as a mid-glide Dyna on these, but it's 41 instead of 49. So we kind of used this to make all this happen. So their bike that they built there, they notched out the gas tank and made room for it, which this doesn't need to hold gas. I could literally just open it up and make a cool cutout. I just want to mess up this wrap that we just spent 3 weeks doing. But if I did a cutout, oh, that would be sick. And then if I do that intake, it would be sick if the front was cut out like this, and then you could see the intake all big and nasty. Let me take a look-see here. I think that's kind of exciting, actually. I might be excited about that. Oh, the computer's right there. That's not really pretty to look at. I could just do like a template, you know, just notch out a window that they just drop into. I think I like that idea.
Hello?
Hey, yo, I forgot that this isn't a real gas tank.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut little windows out and just let them drop right into there. I can just cut that. It won't mess up my wrap. None of that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Is that what you did with Dude? You just cut out some holes for it?
Yeah, I just notched it out like a little, like I cut some and then I welded like some sheet metal just to make it look like so that it flows. And then I'm just gonna paint the tank.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut some straight windows out and then maybe put like a rubber liner around the edge of it and just make it look like it's just some air ducting or something. Hell yeah, that'll be easy.
Okay, man, right on.
Hell yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, we still need to make some other triple cams for it, especially for the Nightster.
Awesome,
Okay,
dude.
man.
Thank you. We're filming all this stuff right now. I'm hoping to have mine done this week and riding by this weekend, and then we're gonna start in on Trent's.
Yeah, keep me updated, man. Yeah, and let me know how it feels.
I'm gonna try and do a stoppie on this thing. That's my goal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome, man.
Yes, problem solved, and I'm kind of stoked about it. So like I said, we're getting the prototype trees. Then they're gonna make a new set of trees that will actually be for this kit. They didn't really plan on selling this as a kit to customers because this is a really expensive front end, like real talk, on a bike that's now only retails for 10 grand. Oh yeah, I haven't talked about that yet. The 2025 Nightster, they just dropped the price to $9,999. You can buy one of these monsters, put one of our slip-on mufflers on it and some just suspension, and you've got an absolute weapon for less than you're gonna pay for a used Dyna. That will never compare to this bike. That being said, we didn't think there'd be a lot of people putting this front end on, but we already sold one to a customer and we were already building another bike with it. So they will be moving pinch bolts up to here, but I'm gonna tape this dude off and we'll mark it. I'll make a little trough, like a fitted cut-in window, so this just drops right into it so it looks all sick. I have some rubber liner stuff for trimming out dashes and stuff. I can build something, I can make it dope. I can make it dope for sure, and I'm kind of excited about that now that that's the case. That gives me a cooler project. I could also flip them, they have other stops. I could move them forward and have tons of steering angle and do it that way. But I really like the way these feel being back and closer to me. It feels really, really good. Before I cut the gas tank though, I do want to get the wheel on, get everything on, make sure all that stuff, everything's dialed. I mean, we're really almost there. I could throw some legs in it and get down to business. Yeah, let's get down to business. Can I get a witness? Woo!